Chapter 948. Eileen hurriedly stepped forward when she saw Faye. She helped her to sit and asked, "What happened? Are you crying?" "I feel awful," replied Faye as she leaned on the sofa lethargically. Eileen sat next to her and poured her a cup of tea. She said, "Tell me everything." Faye was silent for a long while before she said slowly, "He doesn't seem to like me anymore." "Wilbur, why? How can you tell?" asked Eileen. Faye lowered her gaze. Her voice was as quiet as a mouse when she said, "He never takes the initiative. He would avoid me when I took the initiative. I don't know what's wrong. Is it because he doesn't like me anymore, or he has never liked me all this while?" Eileen sighed when she heard that. She said slowly, "I'm afraid you don't know him very well." Faye looked up to look at Eileen. She looked puzzled. Eileen passed the tea to Faye and said, "He seems fearless and decisive, like he rules the world like a hero, but he's actually cowardly." Cowardly? Faye did not understand. There was nothing cowardly about Wilbur. Eileen sighed and said, "You might not know this, but I found something about his identity. I found clues about his parents, and I hinted to him multiple times, but he would always avoid the topic." "Why?" Faye was shocked. "Isn't it a good thing to know about your identity? Why is he avoiding it?" she thought. Eileen smiled and replied, "It's probably his biggest weakness. He lost his parents when he was a kid, so he placed great importance on the idea of a family. However, he did not dare to face it. It's probably because he's afraid he can't handle the outcome." "What do you mean?" asked Faye confusedly. Eileen replied, "He can have endless imagination if he doesn't face it, like self-comfort. If he knows the truth, and if the truth is unacceptable for someone who thinks family is important, he may have a mental breakdown." "Are you saying Wilbur's identity is a huge secret?" asked Faye. Eileen nodded and said, "He's so amazing. That is a mystery in itself. It would be weird if there were no secrets about his identity." "But does this have anything to do with our relationship?" asked Faye quietly. "He's afraid that if anything happens, you will end up like him. You will suffer the pain of losing a lover, so he doesn't dare to face it. I don't think you guys reached fourth base yet, right?" Faye blushed and nodded. Eileen smiled and said, "That must be the case. I can tell that he dared to proceed for a woman he didn't need to be responsible for, but he wouldn't dare to do that to you. That proves that he really loves you. He's afraid that you'll be hurt." Faye was stunned. She fell into deep thought. She let out a long sigh after a while. She said, "In that case, I'm overthinking." "Yeah. You can't see it because you're not an outsider. It's his issue. He will only face you and his future when he resolves it." "How can I help him resolve it?" "That can only be done on his own. Others can't help. However, that day will come. All you have to do is wait patiently." Faye let out a sigh like she was relieved. Eileen stood and grabbed a bottle of whiskey. She said, "Come on. I'll drink with you tonight to help you forget about your troubles." The next morning, Wilbur opened his eyes and sat on his bed for a long while. He felt like he was too harsh last night. He knew what Faye was thinking about. Any fool could tell what Faye meant by what she said last night. However, he did not dare to take that step. He did not want to make any promises. She must be very disappointed. He shook his head frustratingly when he thought about that and went to wash up. He went outside after he washed up. He was ready to go to Faye's room and apologize. He activated his spirit energy to check whether Faye went to work, but he was surprised to discover Faye in Eileen's room. He knocked on Eileen's door out of curiosity. There was no response. He tried to open the door after a moment. The door was unlocked, so he gently pushed it open and walked in. He was stunned by what he saw.